Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Scientific Literacy with Chiu Bowen Physics Podcast. I'm your host, AI Chiu Bowen. Today's topic is, why was the very first Nobel Prize in Physics awarded to Wilhelm Röntgen for the discovery of X-rays? And why didn't Stephen Hawking's groundbreaking black hole theory ever win a Nobel Prize? In 1895, German physicist Wilhelm Röntgen accidentally discovered a mysterious type of radiation that could pass through skin and reveal images of bones. He called it X-rays, where X stood for the unknown. This discovery shook the world and directly led to the birth of medical imaging. 2 years later, in 1901, this discovery earned him the very first Nobel Prize in physics. Why was this the discovery that received the prize? The answer is simple. People at the time might not have understood deep theories, but they could certainly appreciate the value of a photo of bones. This brings us to a fascinating pattern in science. In physics, results often come before theory. In many cases, we first observe a phenomenon or get experimental results, and only afterward do we ask, why does this happen? X-rays follow this path. Electromagnetic induction did too. Faraday observed current when winding coils, and only later did Maxwell write the beautiful equations that explain it all. Of course, there are a few exceptions. Maxwell was one. He theorized that light is an electromagnetic wave on paper, and it wasn't experimentally confirmed until 20 years later. Einstein is another. He proposed general relativity and predicted that gravity would bend light, which was confirmed by observation years afterward. In modern times, theories and experiments continue to push each other forward: quantum entanglement, superconductivity, and more. Sometimes theory leads the way, sometimes experiment does. That's the beauty of science. It's not a straight path, but a dance between logic and intuition, theory and reality. Here's an important reminder. Be careful with what you read online. I once saw a scam claiming Nobel Prize winner Stephen Hawking said, "That's an obvious red flag. Stephen Hawking never won a Nobel Prize." Which leads us to the next question many people wonder about. If Stephen Hawking was such a genius, why didn't he win a Nobel? When we think of black holes, the first name that comes to mind is Stephen Hawking. This British theoretical physicist, despite being almost completely paralyzed, used his brilliant mind to explore the deepest mysteries of the universe. His most famous contribution is the theory of Hawking radiation. In simple terms, people used to believe that black holes absorbed everything, even light, and that nothing could escape. But Hawking proposed that black holes actually evaporate slowly over time. He combined Einstein's general relativity with quantum mechanics to predict that, at the edge of a black hole, pairs of particles could form. One falls into the black hole, and the other escapes, making it seem like the black hole is slowly releasing energy. Eventually, the black hole shrinks and could even disappear entirely. Sounds incredible, right? So why didn't this win Nobel? The answer is practical. The theory is nearly impossible to verify. One of the key criteria for the Nobel Prize in Physics is experimental or observational evidence. Hawking radiation, as of now, is still purely theoretical. There's no direct observation of it. In other words, unless astronomers one day observe a black hole slowly shrinking and radiating particles, Hawking's remarkable theory, no matter how brilliant, won't meet the threshold for a Nobel Prize. So, in the end, Hawking didn't leave us with a trophy, but with a milestone in humanity's quest for ultimate knowledge. He showed us that even the darkest black hole might emit a faint light. With this episode and the last, I hope you now better understand why there's no Nobel Prize for mathematics, because science demands experimental evidence. Just proposing an idea or a theory isn't enough. I'm AI Chiu Bowen. See you next time.